Hey guys, this is Bharatwaj with PhoneArena.com and this is the Google Nexus 4 running Android 4.4 KitKat. So Google recently announced its own camera app, the Google Camera, onto Play Store. This replaces the default camera app on the Nexus devices, and if you already have a 4.4 plus device, for example like the Sony Xperia Z1, you can indeed download it directly from the Play Store and use it as a standalone camera app. So this Google Camera app, as you can see, comes with many changes, starting with the icon. This icon you see has all the Google colors as expected. It looks basically like a Picasa camera, and it also has a new interface, a couple of new interesting features, and of course this means the AOSP camera build will be stopped in terms of development, and Google is moving the camera package into its Google services, tightening the iron grip on Android, I guess. So that's the Google Camera app. So let's take a quick walkthrough of it and its features. So opening up, you can see that the viewfinder is now finally 4:3. So 8 megapixel or 13 megapixel, whatever you got, you will get a 4:3 ratio resolution. And that's why the place is cut and has a huge bar at the right. So that's the camera. You can indeed configure it with options, and there are also a lot of a very interesting feature called lens blur. So anyway, that's the camera interface, very minimal. Just click to take the photo and you have the other options just here. You can see that the mode is a different mode, not the auto mode. You swipe to the right to get all the modes. Right now it's in the lens blur mode. You also have the normal camera and the normal video mode, and you can see that the controls are opening up if you choose the camera mode. And also you have the video mode that will take you to the video options here. So that's the camera interface, very minimal and very interesting. So let's go to the main highlight feature here called lens blur. So what this does is exactly mimicking the HTC One M8's hardware feature. Yes, it takes two different photos with the same camera unit and then calculates the depth map by calculating the distance and the angle between the two photos. So after creating a depth map, it can virtually add lens blur to a photo that is devoid of blur and make it look very professional. So this works great for photos from a far distance, like a decent distance. It works great for portraits and also some kind of macro shot like this. You know, I have a foreground and a background, and it's always not blurred at a decent distance. For example, if I take it a bit far, it won't be having any kind of a bokeh blur. But if you want to add that to make it look like a professional photograph, you can now do that with the lens blur feature. So anyway, I'm going to demo you that exactly and tell you how it works. So let me take a photo here. So I'm going to focus on Sheldon, take a photo, slowly move it upwards, and then that's about it. So it takes photos in two angles and then processes the image to calculate the depth map. Using the depth map, it can know that which is in the foreground, which is in the background. So the depth map is like the foreground parts of the picture are in white and the faraway parts of the picture are in black. So it can know the gradient between the white and black so that it can add blur. It also has the edge detection so that it can separate the foreground from the background, of course. So Sheldon is in the foreground, Leonard is in the background, and we will see either the foreground going out of focus or the background going out of focus. As you can see, the foreground is in focus and the background is in not. And clicking on the lens blur icon again, you can choose which parts to focus and make the blur more intense or less intense. As you can see, this is the product of lens blur. You can see that Sheldon is quite in focus and everything else is out of focus, and it looks very professional. The output is very nicely done. Google has done it really well with software. There was a big blog post over at Google Research which detailed the functionality, how it works, and it works very similar to what you saw in the HTC One M8. So this works great for portraits, and as we have seen, it does have its own disadvantages too. You can see that the blurring sometimes gets over to the object. So this is imperfect, but we have seen photos that work really well, like this one. You can see we took it in high quality. You can see how clear the object is, and rest of it is completely blurred. So a camera like the Nexus 4's camera, which is pretty bad, can take pictures like these thanks to Google Camera's functionality. So that's pretty good, we would say. And mimicking what HTC One M8 does is pretty great using software. So that's the Google camera. Nothing much is new. Panorama, photosphere, and the normal camera and video modes are pretty normal these days. And you can just go ahead into the settings to see what else you have. You have resolution and quality. That's pretty normal. So lens blur has high and low. Low will take pictures at 1024 resolution, and high will take it at full resolution. So we have chosen high. That's why you saw a lot of the processing time. And also you have panorama resolution and the video and the photos. And under advanced setting, you can set manual exposure, but that reveals only the exposure settings, exposure compensation settings, and that's about it. So you lose all the other features that you used to have, like white balance and all that. You don't have it anymore. You just have the the HDR mode. Sorry about that. And then you can enable the grid. That's about it. But thankfully, the viewfinder is finally better, and we expect the app to get updated more soon, and see more features perhaps. So that's about it for the Google camera overview on Phone Arena. Stay tuned for more videos, and of course hit the like button if you like this video, and hit the subscribe button if you want more videos like these. Thanks for watching, and let us know what you think in the comment section below.